This video, we're going to be looking at contour lines a little bit more in detail, and we're going to be using this augmented reality or AR Sandbox as for an example. So this device was put together using a Xbox 360 Kinect, which will pick up the motion of what's happening in the box, and then a projector is used through a computer with a software program that is going to show us how contour lines can change in real time. So as you can see, this kind of looks like you're in like a floodplain and there's some pockets of water. And so one of the things I wanted to let you guys know before we start is that anything that is in the colors of blue are considered underwater. And so you know that 0 feet in elevation is where the mean sea level at the coast. And so anything below that is not topography anymore. It is considered bathymetry. Therefore, we will not be looking at anything that is in the shades of blue that are negative 0 feet in elevation, okay? So, do you recall from what you've been doing that a contour line is a line where anywhere that it passes through is of equal elevation. And so, just to give you an idea what that means, I'm going to go ahead and start spraying some water on this so I can build some friction. And I'm going to go ahead and build up the sandbox. And I'm going to build up the sand. And the Kinect recognizes that there's elevation. And what that does is it will create contour lines. I'm going to go ahead and spray a little bit more water on here. And we're going to go ahead and build it up just a little bit higher. And you can see that the software program recognizes that I've built a little round hill. And so each line, as you can see around the hill, it makes sense, right? Everywhere this line touches is of equal elevation, right? So if you were here and you need to go here, then I'm lazy. Most people just go up and over because it's the shortest way. I will not do that. I like to walk around so that I don't have to exert myself by going up and crossing a lot of contour lines. And so these lines on this sandbox do not have any numbers that are associated with them. They're just a generalized lines. And so depending on the map that you look at, you can have contour lines, and they're called contour intervals, if you recall, that have different amounts depending on the map that you use. Some have 10 feet, some have 20 feet, some have 10 meters. And so we're going to go ahead for the sake of this demonstration, we're going to go ahead and set each one of these contour lines at 10 meters, okay? And so you go from 0, which is mean sea level, and you climb up 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110. So the top of this ridge is over 100 and is above 110 meters, okay? And so every single one of these lines, each line illustrates either you're going up 10 meters or you're going down, okay? And so one of the things I want you to notice is that the steeper that a slope is, the tighter the contour lines will become. And I'm trying to build up a big mountain here, and it's not always the easiest thing to do without using kinetic sand. Okay, and you can see how the contour lines have started to get tighter. Let me see if I can get it even steeper. I'm trying to build a ridge so you can see how these contour lines now have started to get really tight because it's getting steeper. So when you're walking up that hill, when it's steeper, you're gonna walk 10 meters of elevation really fast when it's steep, as opposed to, let's go ahead and bring the ends down. And you can see that if it's not as steep, the contour lines are farther apart. Can you guys see that? Because it takes longer to make that elevation change. And I know it's a little bit tricky to see because the sand is wet, so it's making it hard to kind of see each of the contour lines. So another thing that I wanted to kind of show you guys, I'm going to make a nice big mountain here. Okay, is that when you have contour lines, And no mountain looks like this, right? This is like a Fantasyland island. I mean, a mountain, because mountains have gullies and ridges and gullies. And when you're looking at a map, you want to be able to understand some of the ways these contour lines works around the surface of the earth. And you can kind of get an idea to help you to determine whether you're looking at a gully or a ridge. Okay, and so we're going to talk about the rule of V's. And what the rule of V is that I'm going to go ahead and put some more water on this just to help it out a little bit. And so you've seen mountain gullies, right? Where water comes down the mountain and it creates a big gully. And so if you look at this, I don't know if you can see this very well, but do you see how in the gully, the contour lines a V upstream, whereas you get these ridge tops and these contour lines on the ridge tops will V downhill. Okay, and so let's follow a contour right here. We're going to come around here, and here's a ridge right here that comes down, right? And you see how this thing comes around, and then it V. Now we're in the gully, so it will V uphill. And then it comes around and it V's towards the downhill again and then goes out. So let me try to make this a little bit easier to see. It's just very hard. This is something that you would need to use kinetic sand with. So you guys can kind of get an idea that in these drainages where rivers are, these contour lines will start to make a V towards the uphill. Okay, and then the ridge, I like to call them tongues. These ridges look like little tongues. See the little contour lines, how they come down? And so I can make a very big tongue to show you what's happening here. See how we're downhill, here's the top of the mountain, and we're coming down the hill. And these contour lines are now on a ridge top making a V shape towards the downhill. Okay, and so let's go ahead and make another gully. Okay, let's just make one giant gully. This is very hard to do with dry sand. Okay. And you can see, it's kind of difficult to see, but you can see that these contour lines have now started to V in the direction of the uphill. Let me just kind of make it so it's prettier so you can see it a little bit better. There we go. Okay, see how it goes in and around. So you can almost walk it out, right? You come around here to the nose of the ridge and you bring it around. And then now there's a gully, so you're going to come in until the slope of the drainage meets the back in equal elevation. You're going to come back around again, and you're going to come around. Okay, go ahead.